Hello again. Welcome to our study. Open the door slowly. What door? What's beyond the door? Well, we're going to look at that. Before we go, we ask the Father to do this. Father, open our eyes, open our spirit, open our mind to understand the things that surround us and the path where the world is headed. Bless us in our endeavors to pray, to intercede on behalf of the things that are happening so that we can serve you for a longer time. We'll give you praise for it in Jesus' name. So open the door. What door? Let's find out. At the very top, you're going to see a link there. You can go ahead and copy that. It talks about CERN, the Hadron Collider. And we do have another more extensive study on this on the channel, and we'll put a link to it there. Well, the link above may be a little bit extreme for some people, yet for those of us who try to keep a finger on what the crazies of this world are attempting to do, it's not a laughing matter. Now, I'll spare you the background of what science is attempting to do, but simply put, they are attempting to open a gateway, a doorway, a portal, if you will, between our universe and another one. I know it sounds like something from Star Wars movie in the making, but this is not a joke. The CERN Hadron Collider is just such an experiment that may have proven what science has said all along, that there are other parallel universes that surround us. The Bible speaks of a spirit world, and all who are savvy in Bible realize this realm isn't one to dabble with. His dad used to say, don't drill a hole in something when you don't know what's on the other side. True. If indeed these folks open a gateway to another spirit dimension, then what comes through may not be a Brad Pitt lookalike. And they may not like us very much. And all laughing aside, this isn't science fiction, it's reality. Scientists have been warned for decades about the possibility, and yet they fund the Hadron Project that costs billions to do what many have begged them not to do. Some of the greatest scientists and physics professors in the world have said, don't do this. Leave that universe closed. Don't open the door. You have no idea in the world what will happen. Well, the above link may or not make any sense to some, but the reality of inviting the inhabitants of another dimension to come and say hi might not be such a good idea. Now remember, what comes through the door may not be as friendly as we'd hoped for, and once the door is open, we simply can't tell it to go home because we don't want it here anymore. And as far as UFOs go, it's the feeling of many brilliant biblical scholars that they are multidimensional and they are simply demonic. Now, a study in that field will take you a long time, but there are many today that say these things are multidimensional and they are simply demonic. Well, they're from another world, all right, but it isn't the one we invited into our lives. Anytime the CERN Hadron Collider is started up, strangely enough, the UFOs seem to appear. Well, the link above says volumes to those who are going to listen. God has not allowed us to see or deal with entities from the spirit world. Doing so will risk untold circumstances, untold consequences. Well, keep the door closed and don't drill any holes, and if things can't be understood, then don't blame God. The willful ignorance of men who have no need for God is blame enough. We have been warned. You see, a few years ago, the same kind of project was started here in Texas. It was a quick drive from my home, about 15 minutes from where I lived at the time. And then it showed strange area where this was attempted. They were going to build the Hadron Collider in Texas. Well, the project was stopped and the reasons were never quite plain. Still today, if you know where to sit and where to go, unmarked vehicles will enter and leave the facility with no questions asked. Military types with assault rifles escort certain vehicles to certain places. None of us are able, or should I say, willing to go. Well, a more complex study of CERN is here on this channel. You can go to playlist, varied studies, and then scroll down. There are 3 videos that explain what CERN is all about. So are they going to open the door? They say they are. We can only hope. We can only hope and pray that the people out there that understand exactly what is going on intercede and not allow this to happen. Well, you see there at the top of the page there a link. You can go ahead and click on that link and it'll take you to a lot of information about this gateway and the Large Hadron Collider. And there in the picture you see a statue of Shiva at CERN's headquarters, a symbol of Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, dancing the cosmic dance of death. And destruction can clearly be seen at CERN's facility. Well, here's the question. Is this a symbolic declaration of CERN's ultimate intention to bring on a new age of destruction to this planet? Some have affirmed so. So regardless of what they're doing or how they're doing it or who they call Shiva or anybody else, opening that door may not be a good idea. And I believe it is the duty of all who are informed to intercede on behalf of this insanity and get it to stop. Because opening that door may invite something here that we don't want. Further studies here on our channel, they're there for you to look at. We'll see you on the next one. Be blessed, be safe.